All right, everybody. So we got another top 10. Um, Today scheduled, it probably would have been a what if reaction, but Wednesdays are just crazy slam for me. And I'm like, I don't have enough time to edit a what if. So hopefully tomorrow maybe we'll have a what if. But right now we're gonna do a top 10. That's gonna be my top 10 albums slash just bodies of music. Yeah, mixtapes, EPs, albums, they all count on this. And we're going to go ahead and get one thing out of the way. Yes, I'm Hufflepuff. You can deal with it. So let's get into these albums, shall we? All right. So this is always fun because I feel like it just kind of gives y'all a little taste of what it is I like to listen to. I kind of like my vibe. And it's always neat to see like who like makes its way up because like a lot of the same artists tend to be on there. It depends on how often they release music though. But I feel like we got some different people this time around. So number 10, I guarantee you no one could guess this, but it's on here, is McKenna Grace's Bittersweet 16. McKenna Grace, I didn't like listen to her until after Ghostbusters. She released that single for Ghostbusters, and I've kept up with her music since. She's got this good like pop rockish, and it's like I guess you could say it's like teenage music, but like some of it's like a lot more like um real. I would say like what's the song post party drama? Like honestly, just talks about like I don't even know why I'm at this party. Like I don't smoke, I don't drink, or whatever she says, whatever the line is. It's like I kind of just want to go home. Like it's like her like in a taxi cab on the ride home, and you just have like this post party trauma of like I don't belong there. And then a lot of them are just breakup songs or ex songs. All right, number 9. My boy John Keith released an album called Eremos, and this album was heavy. It's got some bangers on it, but mainly it was talking about just the deep dark thoughts he's had about himself and just being real vulnerable and real. But he's got some really really good music on this one. I'm a real big fan of Dramatic. I think that song is really good. 2 a.m. has my favorite rapper on it, Andy Mineo. He's got one um, called James Dean, I think, with Lecrae on it. Be ready to get in your feels. Be ready to think a little bit because he gets pretty deep in that one. Number 8 is an album I literally like just started listening to like maybe 2 weeks ago, and it's really good. So I had to bump it up there. I don't know when it came out, but I usually follow her, and I guess I missed it. But Tate McRae released Think Later. I don't know when this year it came out, but it came out this year. But that album's really good. I like it a lot. Song Think Later, Greedy, whatever the one she talks about, like same bar, same street, where she talks about she's barely seeing past 23. When she said that line, I was like, dang, because I just made 24, and it's like, how far out can you see your life? So it's got some good stuff on it. It's a good pop album. Go check it out. Now this one, my brother's gonna kill me for it being this low, but Lanny's Beautiful Blur, number 7. I love Lanny, I really do. Like when it comes to bands, I'm probably gonna tell you they're my favorite band. They're pop. They got a little bit of a like it's almost like depressing, sad, but it's just a vibe. um, and their other albums, oh, they're all so great. And this one, it's not bad at all. I mean, it's made my top 10, but it just wasn't as good as past albums to me. That being said, one of the songs on it is Alonica, and that might be, it's probably like top 5 Lanny songs of all time. That is such a good song. And then I Pray is really good. Sugar and Cinnamon goes so hard. It's like actually like kind of an upbeat song, which is different for them. Like if you really really like that album, I recommend you listen to some of their other stuff. Mama's Boy is my favorite. I love that album. But that's one of my favorite albums of all time. Number 6 is the Jonas Brothers album, The Album. Got Celebrate on there, Wings, the song with John Galyean. Oh my gosh, what's it called? Walls. Even the Walls Will Cry. Love that song. Um, Waffle House is really good. I like the Jonas Brothers. I didn't while I watched Disney, but I think that was just kind of like a all the girls like Jonas Brothers, so it's popular not to like the Jonas Brothers. But their stuff since they've come back, all of it's been great, and I'm really really happy for them. They show up later on this list also, so stay tuned. Now, this album was a big surprise for me because I didn't know the artist at all. They're called the National Parks, and the album is called The Eighth Wonder. I was invited to go to a concert, and I was like, yeah, sure. I listened to like a couple of their songs they had out. Like, yeah, I feel like I could vibe with this. So we went, and it was kind of like a small venue thing. So it's like you got to see them, got to be out like with them. They're like out in the crowd. So the experience is plays a big part. Plays a big part into me going back and actually listening to the album. But that album, The Eighth Wonder, I've listened to it so much this year. It's so good. Angels, Rodeo, and even though it's got a deluxe version too, which has got some other ones in it, like I Better Go First, Summer of Memories. I don't. They're alternative. I don't really know how to alternative folky pop. I don't know what genre they are, to be honest with you, but really, really good stuff. This is another newcomer this year. I was aware of the surfaces of who they were, the Sunday Best song that popped off on TikTok. But Forrest Frank, the main singer for the surfaces, I don't know if he just gave his life to the Lord this year, or if he just decided to really get serious with his faith this year. But he started teaming up with Hulvey, making some. They did some collabs, and then he actually like started releasing Christian music, and he's got some really good singles that came out this year. But then he released an album called New Hymns, which is like taking some old hymn songs and giving them like an alternative pop, lo-fi vibe, and it's great. And he's got Go Tell on the Mountain on there, Amazing Grace, Nothing But the Blood of Jesus. What's it like Come Thy Fount, and he just put a new like modern twist on them, and they're all really really good. Yeah, I actually got to see him in concert this year too. We went to a Hobie concert, and he made a guest appearance, so that was really cool. So now we're in the top three. These are the heavy hitters right here. So number three, AJR, the Maybe Man. Oh man, it's so good. The first time I listened to it, I was like, eh. To be honest with you, like it's okay. Um, I was kind of disappointed that like every single song's explicit because I don't like my music being full of swearing and all that. But I mean, they released a full clean version, which was nice. But I just like listened to it like a couple times. I just don't know about it. But then I added it to my recently downloaded playlist, and it would shuffle, and then it eventually like the songs like come on, like why did I not like this? Like none of these are bad. Like what the heck? And the very first song is that called "The Maybe Man." The one where it's like, "If I was a this, da 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 da." That one, oh, that gets too hard. The hole in the bottom of my brain. Steve's going to London is just random and wacky and awesome. Yes, I'm a mess. That one, the beat on that one has no right to go that hard. The song about their father, man, that's a heavy hitter right there. If you like AJR, if you haven't listened to it yet, what you doing? Go listen to it. And if you listen to it, you're like, I don't know if this is as good as their other stuff. You really got to listen to it like 3 or 4 times. I feel like because like I feel like it has a little bit of a different vibe at first. But then like once you listen to it, you're like, no, this is their vibe. I don't know. Number two is Switchfoot's cover version of their album called "The Beautiful Letdown." This album, like I guess it's the deluxe version because it's got the covers on it. Oh, it's so cool. It's such a cool concept. I was like unaware that people did this, and I don't know how many people have. I mean, Switchfoot, they're well known. Their album, they have Dare You to Move. Um, oh, what's the one that uh, This Is Your Life. The Beautiful Letdown. Like they have such popular songs, Gone, and like a lot of them are on this album. and they have like some really, really well-known people cover their music, and like they bring like their own twist on it, but you can still tell it's a Switchfoot song with like but they just like seem to like make them their own, and it's so cool. The Jonas Brothers are on there. They sing the Beautiful Letdown, like I was saying. John Bellion is on there. Ingrid Andress is on there. Owl City, 21 Pilots, or Tyler Joseph. Um, Colony House, Reliant K. I mean, they have tons of people on there, just like making their music their own, and it's such a cool thing. And I loved it, and I listen to that album just about every day. Not the whole album, but music from the album. The John Bellion one, ooh, that was one of my most listened to songs of the year on my replay. And I guess that brings us to number one, doesn't it? Brings us to number one, and I ain't afraid to say it. It's Low Blow by Indie Tribe. You got to give them their flowers, man. Low Blow by Indie Tribe, low key blew me away. Oh man. If you hit the dislike button because of that pun, I don't blame you. Anyways, love Indie Tribe, no big deal. John Keith, Mowgli Iceberg, DJ Mike LV, all individually, all great artists. So when they come together, and they all have such different sounds too, but when they come together, oh, it works so good. If I had to tell you, if I could only recommend you one song off this album, it would be Casket. I would say Casket, Below the Belt, Rich. Then it's got some great, 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 great stuff. And it's just, I feel like it's just the album that I found myself going back to and listening to so much this year. I'm like, I feel like I just had to make that my number one. Although I feel like maybe some of these other albums are like better, like bodied as albums, but this was just such a fun album, and that's really, it's fun, but it's you really got to listen to the lyrics. It's got good stuff in there. I just wanted to hop on here and give these 10 albums, mixtapes, EPs, whatever, out there for recommendations. You know what I'm saying? Give the artists their flowers. So let me see what your top 10 albums were this year. Drop them in the comment section below. If any of these albums make your list, if you haven't heard of any of these and you go listen to it because of this video and you like it, come back and let me know. You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't like it, it is what it is. Guess what? Music is what's the word? Subjective? Is that the right word? I don't know. Anyways, leave a like, subscribe, check out some other top 10s. I'll see you next time.